Hello everyone, this is Flat Stanley. I recently traveled to Chicago to visit Sophie's aunt, uncle, and grandma. I also saw her cousin perform in a play, and I got to meet her aunt from New Jersey. I certainly learned a lot and had a fantastic time. Let's explore my trip to Chicago. One of the first things I learned is that Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable, originally from Haiti, was the first settler and founder of Chicago in 1773. 98 years later, the Great Chicago Fire of 1871 burned the entire city to the ground. According to the story of the Times, the fire started when Mrs. O'Leary's cow knocked over a lantern in her barn. However, to this day, the story was never proven. Today, the Chicago Fire Academy rests on the site of Mrs. O'Leary's barn, and all the firemen and women of Chicago are trained there. Soon after the fire, the city rose from the ashes and was rebuilt. During the process, the architects of Chicago invented the modern-day skyscraper. As a result, Chicago has one of the most recognizable skylines of any city in the world. In the United States, there are only two cities larger than Chicago, and those are New York and Los Angeles. We took a fast elevator ride to the 95th floor of the John Hancock Building. Man, it was cool to see the city from high above. The elevator was so fast my ears popped. From there I could see the Sears Tower, which is the tallest building in North America and the sixth tallest in the world. Even Donald Trump built a hotel here. Chicago is a city of many cultures and neighborhoods. There are over 130 languages spoken in the city, which represent more than 150 different countries. So even though I only visited one city, I experienced many different cultures. While I was there, we visited Chinatown, Little Italy, Greektown, Pilsen, Bucktown, and Ukrainian Village. There are grocery stores, restaurants, and museums representing all cultures spread throughout the entire city. I even had dinner at a Lebanese restaurant in honor of Sophie's heritage. It was so cool to see a restaurant named after me in Greektown. And I learned that my name in Polish is Stanislaw. Chicago has world-class museums and parks. There's a sculpture called Cloud Gate, which most Chicagoans call the Bean. It was really cool because you could see your reflection in it. The artist who created it was from India. There were flowers all over the city, and even a park named after the Wizard of Oz. Chicago loves its sports teams. We went to Wrigley Field, home of the Cubs. It was so crazy how many people were there. Michael Jordan played for the Chicago Bulls and is a worldwide legend for his talent on the basketball court. The hockey team here, known as the Blackhawks, are currently competing for the Stanley Cup, which is the oldest sports trophy in North America. It was named after some dude named Lord Stanley. Not me. The city is so easy to get around. You can take boats called water taxis, trolleys, horse-drawn carriages, buses, and trains. I made a few friends at American Girl, which is headquartered in Chicago, and I met another Flat Stanley at Sophie's aunt's office. We visited Navy Pier, which is the largest tourist destination in the state of Illinois. There I learned the first Ferris wheel was invented and built in Chicago 117 years ago in 1893. The first McDonald's opened 55 years ago in a city just outside of Chicago. At that time, there were only 9 items on the menu, and the most expensive thing you could buy was a milkshake for 20 cents. You could get a hamburger and a Coke for a quarter. Well, as you can see, I had a great time during my visit with Sophie's family in Chicago. I'm very thankful and I learned so much. Now it's time to head home.